So there was this credit card content creator meetup in New Orleans not too long ago. I had the privilege of hanging out with some creators and subscribers that I've never met, as well as hanging out with some creators and subscribers that I met before. But how does a person such as myself that talks about credit cards on YouTube make this happen? What cards did I use? Where did I stay? Man, let's talk about it. Take this walk with me. First things first, I booked my flight way back in January, and I booked it using the funds that I had in the United Travel Bank. I get a $200 credit from both my American Express Platinum card and my Hilton Aspire card that I stack in the United Travel Bank every year. I also get $50 per year from my Chase IHG Business card that I also put in the United Travel Bank. And for those of you that don't know, towards the end of 2023, I had 3 American Express Platinum cards, so I had a decent amount stacked in the travel bank. But anyways, round trip for me and my wife was $716.80, mainly because of the 3 big airlines. United is the most expensive from my home airport. And although that $716 was covered with the funds that I had in United Travel Bank, I learned a valuable lesson on this trip. Since that weekend was my wife's birthday, I decided to upgrade our seats to first class on the arriving flights. What I didn't think about is that although you can pay for tickets with the funds that you have in the United Travel Bank, you cannot use that money for seat upgrades. To upgrade to first class, it was $183 per person per plane, and we had a layover in Houston. Do your research on $183 times 4 for first class seats, because I'm a great husband. But I will say, I don't think I've ever had that many drinks on a plane. I think they switched my glass out 5 times. But do your research on having 5 drinks on the plane and only being served popcorn to eat. On the way back, I upgraded to the United Preferred seats, but I did that using the $100 credit that I get yearly from my PenFed Pathfinder card. Now on the way there, we didn't have time to stop in any airport lounges because our plane boarded 30 minutes after we got to our layover. When we got to the airport in New Orleans, I had an Uber Black scheduled. Our driver Nestle pulled up in his 2024 Escalade wearing a suit, so that was a great way to start our adventure in New Orleans. And if you're ever in the area, Nestle is highly recommended, and he also has a limo service. I used my $15 credit for Uber Black that I get from my American Express Platinum card and pay for the rest of the purchase with my American Express Green card. For the hotel, we stayed at the Kimpton Fontenot, which I paid for with IHG points that I earned from my Chase IHG Business card. This was my very first Kimpton stay, and I have to say, they did not disappoint. Before we arrived, the room that we booked was upgraded from the 2-Queen Premium to the 2-Queen Premium with a city view. And since it was my wife's birthday, I had the American Express concierge collab with the Kimpton's concierge to have a card and a cake in the room when we arrived. But not only was there a cake and a card in the room, there was also a bottle of champagne, some cookies, and a Rice Krispie treat. At check-in, they give you 2 beers, 2 mineral waters, 2 streetcar passes, and $20 daily to use at the bar or restaurant. But that $20 did not go far. I got a Bloody Mary and it was $18.95. Do your research on the Kimpton price gouging on drinks. We also received a $10 daily Raid the Bar Pass, which essentially is just $10 that you can use towards anything in the mini bar in your room daily. You get 20% off one of the 3 restaurants on the property. There's an evening reception every night from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. where you can drink as much wine as you like. And every morning, there's a coffee and tea service downstairs, but I never woke up early enough to take advantage of it. The room was nice. Nothing too grand, but it was big enough, and the wooden key is definitely a nice touch. But what separated this property was the customer service. The front desk texted me 2 to 3 times daily to make sure that everything was perfect. The only issue we had, there was no microwave in the room, but they even took care of that and brought one upstairs at my request. The last time I stayed at a Ritz-Carlton and there was no microwave in the room, they charged me $25 per night. At the Kimpton, it's complimentary. Do your research on the Ritz-Carlton price gouging on appliances. As for New Orleans, I couldn't even tell you how many restaurants we went to. But I do know we went to Ernest Bar and Grill at the suggestion of the hotel, which is just a little hole-in-the-wall bar and grill that had excellent shrimp po' boys. So my Capital One Savor One card had to put in some work. And then there was the Vampire Cafe. If you're ever in New Orleans, do yourself a favor and visit the Vampire Cafe. The spot is super small, but the food was great and the drinks are very creative, such as this blood sand martini and this drink that comes in an IV bag. I used the Hilton business card to take care of the bill there. And like I said earlier, it was my wife's birthday weekend. So we met with some creators and subscribers and their significant others to celebrate. Landry Seafood Restaurant was not ready for the fun that we were gonna have there, but they did do their best to accommodate the 30 or so people that showed up. I used my Hilton business for that one too. We went to several museums, so the Savor One was getting some decent use while we were there. We used the 2 streetcar tickets that the hotel gave us to go to the Garden District, where there are a lot of historical houses and buildings. When we travel, we travel. I love a great hotel, but when I go to different cities, I don't go there to hang out in one area or just hang out in the hotel. We really kick it. One of the nights, we hit Caesars Casino with about 5 or 6 creators and a few subscribers and hung out to about 2 to 3 in the morning. We did a ghost tour, hit the World War II Museum, the Pharmaceutical Museum, the Murder Museum, and so much more. And shout out to Key from Kiki's Adventures for paying for breakfast at 2 Chicks and having everyone else Venmo their portion of the bill to her. I don't know what card she used, but I know she racked up some points. Oh yeah, there was also a meetup.
All of them. 1, just record it. 2, 3. Wait!
On the way back, we didn't fly first class, and I don't have a United card because Chase denied me the United Explorer card, so I had to pay for our checked bag. For that, I used the PenFed Pathfinder card because that codes as travels, and with the Pathfinder card, you get 4 points per dollar for travel. And on the way back, we didn't get to the airport until the last minute, so we didn't have a chance to go to any airport lounges. But at our layover, we did get to stop in the Centurion Lounge in Houston, which was crowded, but it wasn't crowded. And I probably left out a bunch of stuff, but as for this video, that was it. We had a great time, and I can't wait for the creator meetup in 2025 in Puerto Rico. Well, if you like this content or was just entertained, hit that thumbs up, share this video, but most importantly, drop a salute emoji in the comment section. And remember, the separation is in the preparation. It's your boy Sledge. Salute. Subscribe to the channel. Join the membership. Join the membership. Join the membership. Salute.